no spring chicken. That was the very first thing my neighbor said when I told her I was pregnant. Can you believe it? Maybe she just didn't believe me, but I don't hold it against her. She's been a tad cranky ever since she found a scorpion in her girdle drawer. Maybe she just couldn't understand how much of a miracle this was for me. You see, Zachariah and I had tried our whole lives to have a child of our own. And by that time, most of my hair had turned gray and Zachariah's had turned loose. And we'd given up hope. But nothing is impossible with God. He seems to delight in making life in impossibly barren places. And if that wasn't enough, the angel who brought us this incredible news had more to say. This child, my son, would be used by God to prepare his people for the coming of the Messiah. It was all too much of a gift to be real. And then I thought, how do we even begin to train a child for a job like this? Where do I even start? But God had those details covered too. And it kept getting better. When I was about 6 months along, my cousin Mary came for a visit. No sooner had she said hello than my unborn son jumped and flipped inside of me. It was right then and there that God opened my eyes to clearly see that this young woman was also with child, and he would be called Wonderful Counselor, Almighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. 9 months later, we got the news from Bethlehem. And I looked over at Zachariah holding our very own miracle baby, and I just had one of those God moments. That moment when you realize that God had different plans all along. He had brought us life to barren places. He hadn't forgotten about us. And he would never leave us alone.
So it was a normal night. Me and the guys just got to the pasture, the late shift, and we're standing there, and on this beautiful, clear night, out of nowhere, this angel just appeared. Now, we're just shepherds, and nothing exciting ever happens on the pasture, so we didn't know what to think. And then the angel came toward us and said, "Don't be afraid." We looked at each other, we're like, is he kidding? We need a new clean pair of shorts. And then he spoke to us. And you know what it was? I wrote it down, it was so important. Let me find it here. English muffins, Go-Gurt. Oh my God, I'm sorry, that's a target list. All right, here we go. So the angel said to us, "I have good news of the great joy that shall be for all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord." Then the angel said to us that the baby's in Bethlehem in a manger. Go to him. So I don't even remember who it was. I think it was Tommy. He was like, "What are we doing? Let's roll. Let's go to Bethlehem." So we did. We went to Bethlehem, and just like the angel said, we went to this manger, and there was the Christ child, this beautiful baby, just like the angel said. And all at once I knew I would never be the same. I was changed forever. And I was changed because God chose me, and nobody's ever chosen me for anything before. And then I remembered again what that angel said. He's got good news for all people. And that means you too.